Hello and welcome to Monday Fun Day. That can only mean one thing. That is Bob and Phineas Live. That's right, everyone. Please say hello to my co-host, the greatest show on earth, Phineas TL.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hoping everybody's had a good day so far, a great start to the week, and hoping everybody had a good weekend.
Yeah, post Father's Day. It was a good weekend. As many fathers across the country celebrated with their families, and for many of us, it's kind of a somber day at times.
Mhm.
If your father's no longer with you, but has passed on, and so you reflect on that, and then you cheer yourself back up by hanging out with your family, and it was the case for me yesterday. So it was a fairly cool day here yesterday. We got lucky. It was cloudy. We had a little bit of rain yesterday morning, and just enough to cool it off, and it wasn't too sticky. But today, what happens when the sun comes out? It gets hot and sticky. It's 89 and very humid. So how's things where you're at, Phineas?
It's only about 72 degrees and partly cloudy here. We've had a nice sunny day and just a few clouds and a pretty nice breeze here. So it's been absolutely lovely. So,
Well, I tell you what, in the north, you guys are just blessed. This time of year is y'all's great time of the year, unless you absolutely love blizzards and snow and wind, and that's coming before we know it. So we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about
no,
how beautiful it is out.
we need to appreciate it when we do have lovely weather because during the summer here, it gets hot and sticky and humid. So
Yeah,
it,
yeah. The southern jet stream takes over and starts kicking that stuff north, and
yep.
you guys get a taste of what we go through. The difference is you guys have a shorter period to deal with it, where for us it's 5 months out of the year easy, sometimes
Mhm.
six. So
Yep.
it is what it is. As I've said before, it's the climate you live in is where you live, and you try to deal with the best you can. I
Yes.
still don't know how the pioneers traveled across this wonderful land of ours, all over North America and beyond, and was able to do it with no air conditioning. I'll tell you what, if I'd had a covered wagon, I'd figured out some way to get it cooled down.
I was going to say a covered wagon in the sod housing they lived in. And
With a swamp cooler in it or something. Hanging off the back of it. Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
cool.
I was going to say I don't think they had Coleman coolers back then. So,
Uh-huh.
yep.
Yeah, for sure. Ansel, did you get Santa B's inspirational today? Okay. I think let's just go ahead and jump right on into that. And always a great day when we get an inspirational weekly video from Santa B.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B here with you again today. And today, I want to ask you a question. How do you develop your character? Whether it be Santa or an elf or a Mrs. Claus or whatever. How do you develop your character? And how does that character portrayal bleed over into your day to day life? Have you taken time to ask, how do I want these things in my Santa portrayal to come across? How do I want these things to affect my day to day life? You know, it's really an amazing process to be able to go through and see ourselves and the way that we portray Santa. And I hope you take time and ask, who will your Santa be? Be blessed. Be well. I love you all. See you soon, my friends. Bye bye.
Those are great. I really, really, really like those. And I just want to mention too, while we're on the subject, Santa B has gave us permission, of course, to use those on our YouTube channel. So we will be putting those up as shorts over on the YouTube. If anyone wants to go back and revisit those, the ones that he does for us for the Bob and Phineas show are just for our show. You can also catch a daily inspirational from him each day, and they are different from the ones that we show here on Monday. So go catch them all. He's got a great message every day. He gets up thinking about what he wants to be blessed with that day, and what message he can send that will encourage everyone else to be better.
Yes,
Always
indeed.
good.
And his messages can be found on his YouTube channel, his Facebook, as well as his TikTok.
Correct. That's
So
correct.
just look up Santa B. He's got an amazing message for you every day. I like seeing his name come up in my notifications every morning just to
Right.
see what he has to say.
That's usually one of the first 2 or 3 things that pop up on my Facebook when I log in each day. So always great to start my day off with Santa B. That is Robert Wood. If you're looking for him on Facebook, or we call him Rob, and we had him on a show a few weeks ago on the TNL show, and what an inspirational man he is. He has so many things going in the right direction. He's one of those that you just love to look up to because he's quite the inspiration. So hence the inspirational message. Okie dokie, Phineas. So it looks like we got Bill Gorbett, Sean White, Betsy is joining us as well.
We've also got John Schnagelberger, David Milmine, AJ, of course. Welcome, AJ. Good to see you. Bill Coates is on YouTube, and Kane Smith has joined us, as well as Paul Anderson and Santa Doug. So good to see everybody today so far.
I want to thank Santa Doug again, part of our TNL family now, as our marketing and contributor to a lot of things going on. Many of you may have seen the thumbnail today that we will be using for the Bob and Phineas show. Absolutely love that. When he sent it to me, I just couldn't stop staring at it. I mean, it's just super cool. He got a Father's Day gift and is using it to do those caricatures, I guess you would say. Is that what you would call those, Phineas?
Definitely. Some wonderful caricatures of the 2 of us, and also of Angela as well, and not to mention all of the other hosts of our shows as well, so on the TNL network. So check out the TNL live discussion page, and you'll get to see all of Doug's work. So we're blessed with that. So thank you, Doug.
Say hello to Ken Matusak. He's joining us today also. And I got to mention something that I ran across last night. I don't know how many of you may have seen these or not, but there's a guy on Facebook now that is doing Yeti. And of course, I'm sure if I hadn't told you, Mike, I should have, but he's doing Bigfoot and Yeti videos that are AI generated. And they are hilarious. Now they do have foul language in them, so be prepared if you're sensitive to foul language, because he don't hold back, and the content is insane. I went over last night. And I spent an hour and a half looking at his videos and just laughed and laughed and laughed. Too funny.
Those videos, both the Bigfoot and the Yeti, and the language is definitely adult, but they're quite funny at times too. So good to know.
It's got some gray and green aliens on there from outer space that join him. He has some of the forest creatures that also join, from lambs to deer to squirrels to raccoons, and it's really fun, and all in fun.
Yes,
and so if you haven't checked that out, just go. I'm sure all you got to do is put in there, Yeti or Bigfoot AI generated videos, and they'll pop up for you. It's like you've been doing it for a while.
Yep. Charlie Johnson has joined us, so good to see you, CJ. I'm not sure if you're still in jail yet. And John, I'm glad I got your name right, but if I can get Betsy Modziewski's name right, I should be able to get Schnagelberger right as well. So
now Modziewski still gets me. That's a tough one. I can look at it and try to say it, but I don't know.
Well, you did well there. So
yeah, you just said it, so I was able to roll it off my tongue. But don't let me try to do it cold turkey. All right, speaking of cold turkey, let's think about that big old warm burger with the cheese falling off of it. Our hot topic for the day, something burger. We'll be right back after this lead in. Phineas has a question related to yesterday, and I looked at that and I thought, what a wonderful question. I like that a lot. So let's give it a try.
Okay, so as yesterday was Father's Day, and Santa is also known as Father Christmas, or it came from the character Father Christmas. If you could give Santa a Father's Day present, what would you have gotten him for Father's Day? So I will start in that as I view Santa as my adopted father. I was able to get him a new apron for his work in the workshop, and I also got him a beautiful matching tool roll. So he has a traveling toolkit that he can bring with him on Christmas Eve when he's making deliveries in case there's an issue with a toy or an issue with the sleigh. So definitely, Phineas is practical and wants to make sure that things are taken care of and that Santa has what he needs to do the job that he needs to do. So that is what I got him. I got him a beautiful canvas and leather apron and a matching tool roll, and was able to stock it with wonderful tools made by some of the elves and as well as made by myself. So there we go.
Yeah, I tell you, for me, it would be, if I could afford it, would be a real nice enclosed four-seater snowcat. I know the one that he's had has many, many, many miles on it from him traveling around the Arctic. And, maybe it's time for a new one with a fancy wrap on it and maybe some cool lights. Take a picture from Spangle and his truck that he runs around in and, spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, you'd probably get mistaken for the Northern Lights up there if you had something like Spangle Duck.
Absolutely. Red and green, that pretty much fits into the Northern Lights, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I'm quite sure Santa would like a nice heated seat and some a radio with Bluetooth or something like that, so he could listen to whatever he wanted, and a cup holder for the hot chocolate. So
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Spangle and hot chocolate, I'm wearing Spangle's hot chocolate beard balm today, or butter, actually. And has quite the aroma to it.
well, you're
You
looking
give me a
forward to
little
that.
sample to try, and I'm sure I'll try it.
Yep.
So anyway, I have that in my beer today, nice and soft, and smelling like hot cocoa.
Well, it looks very dapper and well controlled as well, so that's good. So
It really needs a bleach job really bad. It's really starting to look bad along the grow line, but we'll do that for Branson coming up. I always do try to go and look my best there. So
yep. So
okay, looks like we got some answers there, Phineas.
yeah, we're getting some answers. Charlie Johnson said he'd get Santa some fuzzy polar bear slippers, and yeah, definitely need to keep your tootsies warm when you're up at the North Pole and um, hanging out around the house in the North Pole. And Santa Doug's thinking of a red Corvette with a V8. Uh, uh, well, a red Corvette strapped to a V8 bottle is more in his budget, and I'm thinking Santa Doug is thinking what Santa Doug would want for Father's Day. So
Yeah, he like I said, he got a toy. It's an AI toy, but he's been having fun with it. And again, we want to say thank you to him for all that. That's been fun
yeah,
with those. With AI, there's still some work to do, as well as the Yeti and the Bigfoot videos. I noticed that sometimes it has subtitles to it, and the words are misspelled really bad.
yep,
I guess that's the biggest downfall to the AI program as of now. I've used several for different things, and none of them. I don't care how many times you put the words in there, they will misspell them when they come out. So not sure what's going on there, but you'd think that they could get that straightened out and make it work better for everyone. But so anyway, long story short, or short story long in my case, a few other things that Doug sent had Tuesday Night Live misspelled. So I went in with my program and tweaked and played with it and cleaned them up the best I could. But fun stuff.
I'm just happy they spelled Phineas right. So
Yeah, that's another problem. And it's even the simplest of words sometimes they misspell. I don't understand how they can't fix that in the programs. I mean, everybody has either they're sharing a platform or they're doing something that it seems to spit the words out wrong, but I don't know. I'm not a techie, so I don't know. Maybe CJ could tell us.
Then again, you get the humans with 6 to 8 fingers on one hand or 3 thumbs or something like that. So, they're still working out the bugs. So
Uh, let's see. AJ, no, there will not be a Monday show at the School of Santas. The Monday show comes on at 3, as always. And at that time, if you'll think back the last few years, I travel on Mondays. Me and Carol travel up on Mondays. So normally I'm in the car. I'll pull over, do a little quick show. The last couple of years, Randy, of course, has been here and, took over from there. And so me and Phineas was just talking about this a while ago. We'll have to find a replacement for Santa Bob on Monday, and we have the perfect person in mind, and he's agreed if he feels good, he will be in on that day. So we'll talk more about that later on.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The show won't be at School of Santas, but there likely will be a show on that date. So
Tuesday we will have our normal preview show for School of Santas. There at the convention center, we'll have our vendors booth set up, and we'll go live from there and do our normal Tuesday night show. Bringing in whoever is part of the family and even others who may be there early that want to jump on camera with us. Also, then we'll also do the Thursday Night Live special that we always do, the Tuesday Night Live Thursday Night special. And that's the one that AJ always sits on the anchor desk with us. And so I told him the other day, I said he needed to, work on polishing up his interview skills. And we mentioned the cobbler cam, and then we got talking about that cookie cam. So there's some cool stuff for AJ to do. So
excellent. Looking forward to that, and looking forward to everything happening from School of Santas and hearing about it. So because can't make it this year, unfortunately. So
yep. And Sean's got a good one there. She cooked a big meal for her family yesterday, and so she would do the same.
Yeah, she's going to cook Santa a cowboy steak with all the sides, including his favorite dessert, other than cookies, strawberry shortcake, and Santa would be happy. And it's like, I said to Sean, if anybody cooked me a steak and strawberry shortcake, I'd be happy too. So
yeah, you bet. Hello, Patrick Moss. How are you, my friend?
good to see you, Patrick. Santa David said he would get Santa a handwritten letter, just a personal, simple note saying thank you for his kindness. And yeah, sometimes that's all you need is just a simple thank you, just a note of kindness, a note of acknowledgement, and just reflect your gratitude. So
I agree.
yeah. Nice to see you, Everett. Thank you for coming and watching us. You as well, Raymond. Hoping all is well in Denton, Texas. So,
all right, AJ, you can slide in on Thursday show as always, my friend. It's like Santa Chris has joined us up there in Michigan. Good to see you on today, Chris.
Good to see you, and hoping your show went well. A couple of weeks back, it was good seeing you hosting the show. So, very well done.
That was a good show. Of course, Rooftop Landing is such a phenomenal place, and the owners are super, super nice folks who serve the community and do it well.
Yes, they do. They definitely do support the community. Wonderful people, focus on the education aspect as well as all the fun stuff that you can do with reindeer and Santa. So I was blessed to visit there last summer and had a wonderful time with the reindeer, feeding the baby sloth, and even seeing the Highland cows as well. So
yeah,
yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you get to take the train ride?
They had the train going, but I was pretty busy learning from Santa True, as well as they had me singing around the campfire that night. They were doing s'mores and roasted marshmallows, and Phineas was there singing his songs. So that was a fun time for me. So
very nice.
No, Santa Chris, I'm not going to be able to make School of Santa this year. I'm sorry to say. Was hoping to get down to see Lee Andrews, see Spangle, and enjoy some cobbler. But unfortunately, it just wasn't in the cards this year. So.
Kevin Bernhardt has joined us from Kansas, and yes, sir, it is hot there now, as well as here in North Texas. You know, that's one thing that Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas share this time of year, and that is the carbon copy on the weather. Whatever we get, they get, we get. It's a zone that we're in where the zonal patterns hit one, hit all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
AJ wants to interview Santa Chris at School of Santa, so that would be fun.
Hoping that can happen. Would love to see
that. Chris said he's glad to catch us live today. It's usually on Memorex. So very good, Chris. Good to have you in today. All right, let's go ahead and do our SantaCloset.org video and come back on the other side and do the trivia. Got a good one for you again today.
Hey everyone, Angela Mack here for Bob and Phineas Live, the show about nothing. Season 4 of Bob and Phineas is brought to you by SantaCloset.org, where you can find all your accessories for the discriminating Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves. Visit Santa Wade's website at santascloset.org today, where they are known for delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since opening in 2004. The goal has always been to provide both a superior customer experience at a tremendous value. Their products are fairly priced, and Santa Wade strives to bring many different products to the Claus community. Visit the website and make your next season a truly special one. This is Angela Mack reminding you all to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central, presented by TNL Network Productions. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob and Phineas in the TNL studios in today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
Just want to say howdy ho to one of the nicest guys in the world. Sal and Delicado just joined us. Hello, Sal.
Hello, Sal. Great to see you. Hoping you're having a good time in upstate New York, and hope that our paths cross in the near future soon. So,
absolutely.
So today's trivia question is another children's book question. And once again, it's about a little golden book. In the little golden book, after a doll falls out of Santa's pack at the wrong house and some toys decide to help Santa by taking the toy to him, what is the title of this little golden book and who wrote and illustrated it? So once again, a doll falls out of Santa's pack at the wrong house, and some toys decide to help Santa by taking the toy back to him. What is the title of this little golden book, and who wrote and illustrated it?
Yep, another little golden book. I tell you, I knew there were a lot of golden books written throughout the years, but the more I got into looking at these things, the more I was astonished at the sheer numbers. I mean, unbelievable, and all very well written and illustrated. And as I mentioned in previous show, different authors and illustrators on many of them. And what a true testament to a great children's book.
Well, I mean, they've been published since 1942, so there's quite a few. So, and they're still ongoing. So.
It's still ongoing. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, you guys work on that one. It shouldn't be too hard for you to find with the wording there that we've got. So get those in and get your name in the hat for the 2026 North Pole Cornerstones scholarship. Yeah, I'll get it right here in a minute. And also your name will go over to, of course, Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org for your goodie package. All right, I guess let's go ahead and run our other two promos, and then we'll be back with the Chatterbox News. All right. Up in Chatterbox News today, we want to mention, and I've made a post over on that group as well, but different folks tune in at different times. So we want to make sure everybody knows that we have big news. Our group, our Facebook group, changed its name. That's right, we got a new name. Instead of the Tuesday Night Live show, which we've went by for several years now, we've evolved into TNL Network Productions, reflecting our growth with multiple shows like Bob and Phineas Live, The Claus Connect, the Tuesday Night Live show on Tuesdays, the Kringle Brothers on Wednesday, and of course, we're collaborating with Santa's Magical Fellowship Group still for Santa Mills Fellowship on Thursdays, and followed by Polar Opposites on many nights. And every fifth Thursday of a month, we have our very own Chris Terry on today with Christmas Crossing. So just want to let everyone know that the name has changed. So if you go over into your search bar or you go looking for the page and suddenly you freak out, no need to freak out. It should take you straight on in, no matter what you put in there, one or the other. But TNL Network Productions. We also want to mention that we put up a couple of posts about our contributors, which help us be able to put these shows on. For instance, the two promos you just saw, King Risk Partners, Caboots, Santa's Closet. So those folks who have helped us in the past and help us now, and those of you who may want to help us in the future, we've got a new name for you. We're going to call you Yuletide Heroes. And so we just want to take our hat off to all the Yuletide Heroes. Thank you so much for helping us. It's been a tremendous pleasure to be able to work with you folks, and we couldn't do this without you. Okay, moving right along, we want to. Was you going to say something, Phineas?
I was just going to say we are grateful for our Yuletide heroes because of their generous support. It's free to our audiences. So by all means, if our audiences and viewers can go and support those businesses to help them continue to support us, that would be great.
That's right, absolutely. And some of them give product for promotional value consideration, which we give. And we got a couple who have, helped us in other ways. We just want to say thank you. You're all equally important to our community.
Yes, indeed.
Okie dokie. Just real quick, North Pole Cornerstones 4-day classes 2026, Oklahoma City North, Edmond to be precise. Last week, for some reason, I spit the word Norman out. It's not Norman, it's Edmond. So I just wanted to correct myself there. I do make mistakes like everyone. Well, I do anyway. But it's Edmond, Oklahoma City, and it's 2833 Conference Drive. That'll be February 12th through the 15th, 2026. $459. But take full advantage of our registration special that we have going. If you pay in full, you get a $25 discount. So I don't know. Couples will be $50. So this deal ends August 1st. So don't let that date sneak up on you. And I know it's still over a month away, but just be thinking about it. Start, saving your money if you plan on coming to North Pole Cornerstones. That discount is not available with the $100 deposit option. And we always like to promote other schools that are coming along here in the near future. So Phineas is going to take you from there.
Okay. Santa Nana's Holiday University is coming to the Windy City. From September 19th to 21st, 2025, Santa Nana's Holiday University will be in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, hosted by the Northern Illinois Christmas Entertainers and presented by Deanna Golden and Judith Broderick. Santa Nana's Holiday University offers an excellent school from a different perspective, a woman's point of view, designed for all entertainers, including Santas, Mrs. Clauses, elves, couple, and solo performers, their support staff, and more. Hands-on breakout sessions will give you real tools to enhance your own unique portrayal, and your tuition includes lunches, dinner, snacks, beverages, and the graduation reception. So check out Santa Nana Holiday University.
Yeah, if you're in the Midwest, take advantage of that. It's a great, great, great school. Those ladies like to have fun, very knowledgeable. After working with Deanna Golden and Judith Broderick on North Pole Cornerstones for the last 2 years, those ladies really put a lot into their presentations, the research, the amount of time that they do dedicate to making sure that their presentation is exactly what they want it to be, and so take advantage of that. Phineas.
Yes, indeed. And you can register at santanana.com. And coming up very, very soon, July 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, just 31 days away, just a mere month away, in Branson, Missouri, is School of Santas 2025, produced by Spangle the Clown from Tuesday Night Live Productions, and Stuff for Santas. The keynote instructor for this year is Lee Andrews, who brings a wide range of entertainment experience and decades of performing as Santa. There's wonderful little pictures of, I do believe, an 8-year-old Lee wearing a Santa costume or a Santa suit. And he will be able to provide a great experience for everybody. Sean White, Mrs. Claus Vintage, will be present and teaching as well. And as per usual, Spangle has a wonderful variety of entertainment events and just a wonderful chance of networking and conversation and fellowship. So join Spangle in Branson, Missouri, July 17th through 20th.
Just a few weeks away, be loading up and heading out on a Monday, so we're looking forward to that, getting excited about it. Branson's always a ton of fun. Okay, our preview for 10 upcoming guests and shows. Phineas, you want to tell us about that?
Okay, so coming up tomorrow on Tuesday Night Live is Russell Ellison of Texas. Russell is a talented Santa, and he's also a barber and hairstylist and he will be bringing all sorts of tips and tricks for beard care and keeping your beard and mustache and your hair in tip-top shape for the coming holiday season. Coming up tonight on the Claus Connect with Dawn White, she will be having Santa Tom Smith, another Santa from Texas area, and he'll be talking about the red suit and real talk, and that will be tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. As I said earlier, Russell Ellison will be joining us on Tuesday Night Live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesday, Kringle Time with the Kringle Brothers. They will be continuing with the What's in Your Bag Part 2, and they will be joined by their guest, Nick Casey. So looking forward to seeing what Santa Michael and Santa Herbie have in store for us Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And as per usual, on Thursday evening, start at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, Santa's Magical Fellowship Group, run by Santa Mel or Noel the Elf, will be hosting the regular conversation, and there will be a show happening afterwards. So we're looking forward to seeing what she has in store for us.
I think it's polar opposites, but I wasn't able to confirm that as of showtime. So, but she'll have something going on there, I'm sure.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Do we have a winner on the trivia, Angie?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump in and get the shovel out. You ready, Phineas?
I am definitely ready.
All right. Let's go ahead and run that, and we'll be back with Phineas's segment.
So for the past 3 months, I've been talking about how to develop your character and using a Yeti puppet as an example. And I've also been explaining how I've applied these processes to Phineas the Elf. And I've been getting a lot of questions from Santas about how do I do this for me? Because Santa is a bit of a defined character. But as most Santas know, if they have seen shows like the Santa Claus, the Christmas Chronicles, Santa Claus the movie, and very many other movies, there's definite differences that you can apply to your portrayal, as well as making your Santa truly your own portrayal. Make your Santa unique to yourself. And so, what I showed earlier in the season was how I went through the origins of Santa, the origins of my character, who the character is, where they came from. So for the Santa, you could look at Saint Nicholas, as many have done, such as Dr. Bruce Kotovich and several other Santas have done. You could look at Father Christmas, the more English United Kingdom. I do know Tom Smith has done a lot of study towards Father Christmas, and I'm sure he will be talking about that tonight on Sean White's show. Or you could also look at some of the other portrayals of Santa, such as or of gift-giving figures in folklore and history. So you would look at them as the precursors to Santa and what they represented and how they bring that to you. And then you would look at the Santas that you watched in popular culture. Did you watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a child? Did you watch The Man Who Would Become Santa Claus as a child? Did you watch the Santa Clauses or Elf, with Ed Asner's portrayal of Santa? And then take those portrayals and see if they can apply to who you are as Santa, or maybe not even apply. You take a look at a Santa like Kirk Russell from the Christmas Chronicles, and maybe, yeah, that's good, but that's not for me. Or if you saw Red One, and looked at that Santa, who's quite in shape and almost military in nature. So there's lots of opportunity to take that type of stuff and apply it to who you are as a Santa, who you are as a Christmas performer. So what you would then do is you would take a look at the Santas that inspired you. Maybe the Santa that inspired you was someone that you learned from, like a Leon McBride or Steve Gillum or Bob McMasters or the folks from Sat Bob's, or Santa Scott or Spangle. You never know, and you can take a look at what they're doing and see how they approach their Santa portrayal, and whether or not that is something you'd like to adapt for yourself. And I do mean adapt. Make it something uniquely your own. I mean, we all love Steve Gillum stories, but we definitely could not tell a story the same way Steve Gillum does. We don't have the drawl, and we tend to speak faster than Steve Gillum does, and he's an incredibly unique portrayal of Santa. The same thing if you've taken a course from Santa True, or if you've taken Tim Conahan's or Ed Taylor's courses. There are plenty of options for you to take a look at different approaches to Santas, and you don't have to take them all wholesale. You can take them and apply what you like to how you do it, particularly if they are a real bearded Santa and you are a designer beard. So there's lots of opportunity to take a wide variety of sources, treat it like a buffet. Take what works for you, add it to your portrayal, adapt it to who you are as a person, because you may not be a long, slow storyteller. You may be a Santa who is a foreman in a workshop, and you may be a Santa who is a former military type person. So there's lots of leeway and there's lots of wiggle room in how you approach who you are as Santa. Yes, most people are used to the red suit and the white beard, but how that looks, how that portrays, how you dress, that is entirely up to you and what you're looking at. So developing your own Santa, developing who you are as Santa will help you being from just, yeah, I'm just going to get a guy in a red suit to, I want to get Santa to Bob. I want to get Santa Kane or something like that. Earl, any advice for a first year Santa? Keep it simple. Think about you wanted to what you wanted to be, why you became Santa, and try to embody that. Was it because you want to be the spirit of giving? Was it because you wanted to connect with children? And so start with that. And then, as I said, think about the portrayals of Santa that drew you to taking on the role. Were you inspired like Kane Smith was from Arthur and Arthur Christmas and the Santa that you saw in Arthur Christmas? Or were you inspired by the Santa from the movie Elf, or even, the Santa from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? There's lots of opportunity to take a look at that. And as I say, start simple. We know the general rules. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and a jolly, a jolly round face with a nose like a cherry. So there's lots of opportunity to start with your portrayal. Keep it simple, keep it concise, and keep it true to yourself. Don't try to pretend to be something that you are not. If you are a quiet and gentle person, make that Santa quiet and gentle. You don't have to force the ho 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 versus using it as a chuckle, like oh ho, ho, ho. So there's lots of opportunity. It is important that you as Kane Smith says, that you create magic for every single child. And by every single child, I mean children of all ages, because children are, as Santa Claus, children can be 80, children can be 50, children can be 20. You are a being who is going to be 1,755 years old this year. So you are there to create magic. You are there to keep them believing in Santa and the magic of Christmas. So that is everything that your portrayal should represent, is what represents the magic of Christmas, the spirit of giving, and the spirit of loving every child, regardless of their age and their background. So there is lots of opportunity for that. But the main thing is that you want to create a Santa that is unique to yourself and unique to you. And that way you will shift from being, yeah, we saw Santa, and then it's just like, yeah, I saw Santa Earl, or I saw this Santa and he touched me and left me with this memory and this feeling. And other advice, Earl, is to be present. Listen to the children, listen to the adults, watch what they're doing. Look for the sparkle in their eye or the moment of belief, and just as John Schnagelberger said, use everything as a learning moment. Pay attention to the people who you are with, to the people who you are working with and interacting with. So there is a lot of opportunity there. So once again, think about the Santas that you watched in popular culture. Think about the books that you read, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Think about the Santas that you've seen if you've attended the School of Santas or IBRBS or the Santa Family Reunion or any of the gatherings, and think about how their portrayal reflects on who they are as unique Santas and what you want to reflect from yourself as a Santa or Christmas performer. And, yes, you have a framework, typically the white beard, the long hair, the corpulent rounded figure, which is changing. There is a growing room for healthier Santas. But the main thing is that you need to operate from a part of wanting to keep people believing, regardless of how old they are, to embodying the true spirit of the holiday season, which is a spirit of love, of giving, and providing memories for each other. So always willing to talk to people offline outside of the show if you are interested in conversing more about this. And if you have any questions that might go beyond what I can give during my 10-minute segment every Monday, let me know, and we can have a conversation offline, or I could possibly even use it in a further segment. So contact me on Facebook or through Tuesday Night Live, their Facebook page or their YouTube. Thank you very much, and have a good day, and hoping everybody had a happy weekend and a happy Father's Day.
I agree, Kane Smith. Great advice there, Phineas. And if I may, I'll add a few things to Earl's question there about a first-year Santa. I think Phineas said a lot of it in the fact of being engaged and attentive. Listen. Don't let anything rattle you. I mean, you're going to run into some situations that will kind of catch you off guard. For instance, if a child asks you a question, and what really worked for me in my first years, if a child asks you a question and you stumble or you can't put together your thoughts quick enough, just pause and look at them. You can always take and do your fingers on your chin or stroke your beard lightly, and then if you still can't come up with anything, use diversion. Ask them an important question about something that they'll be eager to answer you. For instance, did you hear the story about when Rudolph got lost as a baby, or just anything? And when it comes to that, you want to make sure that you have a simple backstory, but use things in your real life. Uh, and the reason we always say that is because it's in your memory. It's nothing that you had to make up or rely on to pull up at a moment. If it's real, if it's part of what happened in your real life, just change it to fit the Santa scenario. And of course, always be eager to have fun. That's what I'm trying to say. Be eager to have fun with the children. Children are children. Santa is a child at heart. Just have fun. Just let it flow. And as someone else mentioned, learn from your experience as you go.
Yes. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. The only one mistake you can make that would be harmful is if you broke character and gave a glimpse that you were not Santa.
Yeah.
You are allowed to make mistakes. You're not going to be perfect, but you will soon develop a repertoire of responses and answers. Ray Bradshaw just said, "Can I have a cell phone?" And I use the same response for cell phones as I do for puppies and other pets, is that we do not provide gifts unless we've gotten permission from the parents. It will require an ongoing amount of maintenance or cost. So that's why we don't really we don't really provide cell phone, because it is something that there is an ongoing cost, and that is something that you need to talk to your family about. So.
But never promise anything that you can't deliver on. As Ray says there, he says, "I cannot promise anything, but we will have to see if your family thinks you're ready for one." Now, again, when children are speaking with you, make sure that you're on their level and you're eye to eye with them. But you can always see a parent standing nearby and they're listening to your conversations. They want to know what their child wants for Christmas. In a lot of families, the children try to keep that secret from parents, what they're asking Santa for. And it's just kind of nature of the game. So they're always listening. Sometimes they'll even walk over after the child has walked away and walk back to you and say, "What did my child ask for?" So again, remember that you remember what they asked for, because that could come back. But again, you can always glance up at the parents and they'll either give you a or a.
Yep.
And sometimes then you can reinforce their wants and needs that way.
Yep. And if you've got a parent who is clearly trying to hear what they're wanting to ask from Santa, you can always repeat it loudly in Santa's voice, because Santa is old and you might be hard of hearing. It's like, "Oh, you would like an iPhone for Christmas." And then at that point you can catch the parent's eye and they can either be like, or,
Yep.
and then you can adjust your response to that. And usually the parents are when they're surprised by something, there will be an immediate visceral response from them. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And John has a good point here too about laughing when you need a pause, laugh or chuckle.
Yep.
That kind of lightens the mood for just a moment. And like I said though, if you get stuck on something, just ask them a question. They will be eager to forget about what they just asked you because they want to answer what Santa had just asked them. And again, just be yourself. Treat every child as if they're your own child or your own grandchild, and you'll be a hit.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Don't forget to watch all the TNL Network production shows, 2025 listener shows, that is. We want to go ahead and jump right in here now with the trivia and give our answer for that one. You want to catch that one, Phineas?
Okay, once again, the question is in the little golden book where a doll falls out of Santa's pack at the wrong house, some toys decide to help Santa by bringing the doll back to him. What is the title of this little golden book, and who wrote and illustrated it? And the answer to that is Raggedy Ann and Andy Help Santa Claus, and it was written by Patty Curran and illustrated by June Goldsboro.
That's right. And AJ was our winner.
Yes.
AJ Bayless is our winner, Mr. Trivia.
Congratulations.
Again. So, congratulations, AJ.
Can you get that other comment there from Earl?
How do you respond if a child asks to bring back a deceased parent? Now that's a tough one, Earl. There's many of us that use standard answers. There's many of us that have developed our own answers. I'm gonna let Phineas tell you what he says on that one.
Okay, so for the how do I respond if someone asks Santa to bring back a deceased parent, I typically default to Santa is a mere toy maker, and that the only chance for miracles is to pray to God. But typically what I will do is I will take the child's name and write their name down in a book that I carry with me and just sort of say, I don't think that asking for your parent or grandparent to come back would be possible, but I will write and pray for you for strength or something like that. But I typically just go, just remember Santa is but a toy maker. And
Right.
that is what we're here. It's not an easy question to ask. There will be difficult questions about illnesses or pets or family members who are no longer with us, or parents who are going through a divorce or something like that. So you just have to remind the child who Santa is and what he is.
And that's pretty much the standard answer that many of us use. And I have actually gotten into the point where I will actually say a prayer with the child or with the family right there on the spot. And, as Phineas said, carry the little prayer book. It can fit in your top pocket or inside your coat pocket. And ask the child for grandpa's first name.
Yep.
And, tell the child you're going to add that to your prayers at night. Now, sometimes I take mine a little bit further than that. I go into the explanation of dreaming. When you dream, when you sleep, at your deepest sleep, you dream. And what I ask the Lord is that they will bring the grandfather to the child in his dreams, in a realistic dream that feels real. So when you wake up, you'll feel like that you actually saw your grandfather, and that helps too. And so ask the child if they believe in prayer to pray that the Lord will allow them to see their grandfather again in their dreams. And that always helps. And then you can always say, live your life, as a good human, and live by the good book, and you'll be reunited with your grandparents someday.
Yes, indeed.
Different things you could say, but you got to be careful when you're walking that religious line because of non-dominant, all the different denominations and those who do not believe or have a different religious belief than you may have. So that's always a touchy subject.
Yes, indeed.
Always a touchy subject.
And Scott's got a question. How may someone donate or help with supporting the show?
How may they, Scott? And I talked about this last night. There's many ways to help, either again by going over to YouTube and subscribing if you have not.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
you put a like on a video, even if you just take a second and go up the list of shows that we have and throw a like on them. That shows YouTube that there's interest in that video. The more likes, the harder they push it out in their recommended recommendations for videos to folks with like-minded or someone who may have watched a Christmas Beard show or whatever. It's their algorithm where they bring the content to the viewers, and that helps. Of course, sharing also helps because they say, well, that person shared it, they must have liked it. So it's all part of the game. And then if you want to help monetarily, reach out to Scott or myself, and we will talk about new program that we're putting together for running commercial ads during our shows, not just the shows that we're on Monday and Tuesday, but the whole platform, including all of the shows in the TNL network. So
Yep.
we've got a plan put together there of how much each show will cost you, how much a full season would cost. So again, if you're interested, reach out. And I know Jenny Watt had reached out to me earlier this week. I've been extremely busy, but we haven't forgot about Jenny. We're going to get back with her and discuss her as a sponsor coming on here soon. Contributor.
So if you want to help with support the Monday show, go to YouTube, go to Bob and Phineas Live, which is our channel in YouTube, and definitely subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell so you know when we're going live again and get notification when we're live again. So, and the same thing with the TNL production show. Go to Tuesday Night Live TNL Productions on YouTube and make sure you subscribe, like the show when you're watching on YouTube, interact by putting a comment in the field after it's been put up permanently, like it. Just anything you can do to increase engagement and get the word out there to get more subscribers, that would be greatly appreciated. So,
yeah, our Facebook page that we just changed the name on to TNL Network Productions is kind of a landing spot for all of us to be able to share our videos over to, talk about what's the shows that are coming up, and our biggest problem now is that after 30 days, Facebook has started deleting those videos. So we can no longer house them over there. They'll be up for 3 or 4 weeks before YouTube or Facebook gets rid of them. So
Yep.
YouTube is most important now, more so than ever, because that's where our past shows will always be, housed at. And we're doing great on Facebook as far as the videos. Within a 3 or 4 week period, we're hitting 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, views. So folks are watching the reruns on the shows,
yes.
but again, they'll only be there for a short period of time. So again, just remember, you can always go over to YouTube. Now, with all that said, each one of the shows, we do not have one landing spot for all the shows to land on. We talked about doing that, but we never did come up with a solution there. So, Bob and Monday Live has its own YouTube.
Yep.
The Tuesday Night Live show has its on YouTube. The Crinkle Brothers have their on YouTube.
Connect have
Sean
their own.
has her on YouTube. Santa Mel has her on YouTube. So that's where you'll go if you want to go look at some of the other shows. Just remember, you've got to go to the exact address for each one of those to catch those over on YouTube. Where with Facebook, it was easier to find. I agree, but that's just what the cards that we've been dealt. We're trying to deal with them. So.
Yep. Thank you very much, Jessica. That is great that you're enjoying the watching and all the ways to engage. So thank you very much for your support and watching us. That's great to see. So.
I might add, she's watching from YouTube. So thank you, Jessica, so much. We appreciate. We do have the chat over on YouTube as well as our Facebook. The cool part about the YouTube chat is we have the Nightbot over there, which is part of what YouTube offers, and there's little messages that pop up all during the show from the Nightbot, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Like, remember to light up that like button. It's free. That's one of the messages that it puts up. So anyway, thank you, Jessica, for joining in. We appreciate you very, very, very much. We're on every Monday. We have shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you like what we're doing, tell a friend. tell 10 friends, and spread the word around that we're over here trying to help. We're here. We're trying to give content. We're trying to answer the questions. We love our chat, uh, and just trying to help for free. I mean, it is free, as Nightbot says.
Yep.
So, unless you're a contributor, and then you're helping us, sponsor the show by helping keep it on the air, keep it moving forward, and keeping us out the new TNL on the road, which we've talked about in past shows. Getting out and going to some of the conventions and the schools, being seen and getting interviews from folks there, where you can also create content. Some of the questions that we answered today are some of the things we talk about on the road. So you never know. All right, Phineas, I think it's time to tune in, kick up your heels, join in the fun for 2025, all powered by the TNL Network Productions. We appreciate everyone today. We've done our hour, and it's been a wonderful day. Temperatures jumped up another degree here. It's 90 and sunny. So I think I'm going to stay in and work on some YouTube stuff and some Facebook stuff today, and enjoy the air conditioner for a little bit. I've been outside the last couple of days, and I'm ready to cool down. So
I'm going to head out and grill some chicken for dinner tonight, and then probably do some work around the house. And there we go. So,
yeah, we're right back at it. All right. Don't forget to watch Shaw tonight at 6, everyone. Thank you so much. Come back to see us again and check out the other shows. Peace, love, and always.
good night, everybody. Have a good week.